People have a difficult time with money. Number one, they spent many years in school learning how to earn it, but spent very little or maybe even no time learning what to do with it once they have earned it.
So isn't it the responsibility of others to teach people? Because, shouldn't the government or their company take care of them?
Well, the reality is that we all need to be responsible for ourselves. But that doesn't mean that we can't get advice, guidance, education, and training from others that can help us along the way.
So if I was going to a financial advisor that also was a registered representative or had the title financial advisor or wealth manager, are these guys selling something as well as giving me financial advice?
Whenever you're working with a financial professional, there's always an opportunity for a conflict of interest. When a financial planner also is offering securities, insurance, other financial products, there's always a conflict. There's always the potential to sell a product or offer a product that offers a higher commission or has some incentives attached to it that may not be the absolute best one for the individual or couple.
So basically there's probably a lot of good financial advisors in the world. They're good people, they're objective, they really try to help you. Is that right?
I would suggest that most financial advisors are good people. Most of them want to do a good job for their clients, and it's only a small percentage that would intentionally offer a inferior product. That didn't come out so well.
No, sorry. Or it's or the product that's not matched to what exactly the consumer expects or needs. You could say that. Yeah. It's not an inferior product. Right. It's mismatched.
Right.
Okay,
most financial professionals are interested in doing a very good job for their clients. They're not sitting there saying, "How can I take advantage of this person to try to earn more money?" However, there are times when there may be a mismatched product that maybe they didn't quite learn about the client enough, didn't learn enough about you to be able to make the right suggestion. So therefore, they end up offering a product that might just be mismatched with your particular goals or objectives.
Okay. So if I were an individual out in the world and I need a financial advisor, how do I find the right financial advisor? Where do I go to get the right matched financial advisor with me? Because I hear terms like financial planner, wealth manager, financial advisor, life insurance salesman, registered representative. There's all these terms. Like, how do I know where to go?
One of the challenges in today's world is the fact that people do go by different titles in the financial industry. So one person says he's a financial planner, another one says he's a financial advisor, another one says he's a wealth manager. What does that all mean? The reality is that some wealth managers may be doing the exact same thing as a financial advisor. A financial planner may be doing the exact same thing as a life insurance agent. You just never know for sure exactly, based on a title, what they're doing. One of the things that we attempted to do with Money Avatar, let me take that back.
One of the things we do.
I know. One of
the capabilities or benefits of using Money Avatar.
One of the very important parts of Money Avatar is that we decided early on that we wanted to create a network of financial advisors that have been screened, vetted, filtered, and that we have looked at their years of experience, client recommendations and referrals, credentials, education, investigated them through the FINRA and other regulatory bodies to make sure that these are people that are going to be doing the best job and be working the best interest of clients. And what Money Avatar does is match up people based on personalities, objectives, net worth, income, tax issues they may be facing, so that they get the right advisor to work with.
Okay. So would a consumer who is just out there every day consider a property and casualty agent to be a financial advisor?
The reality is that everybody is a financial advisor in this world that gives you some input or recommendation about any type of financial transaction. So although we may tend to think of financial advisors as offering a complete financial plan or maybe some sort of asset management, a property and casualty insurance agent or a mortgage broker or a tax preparer are all offering different types of financial advice throughout your lifetime. So the person who's suggesting that you choose a certain deductible on your homeowner's insurance is giving you very specific financial advice.
So you could even say that a person that's involved in high-ticket sales, whether it's a boat or a car, a vacation, in many ways, they're giving you specific financial advice if it's a car lease or a certain type of loan they should put for their boat. But is that also considered financial advice?
When we go to when we're looking at purchasing a specific type of asset, maybe it's a car, maybe it's a house, maybe it's a boat or other RV, inevitably it comes down to a financial decision. And often the salesperson that we're working with is starting to suggest that, well, based on your credit history, based on your credit scores, you could qualify for this type of loan, and the payment would be $387 a month to make this particular purchase. And I may be, as a buyer of a product, I may be asking them, well, is that the right type of loan for me? Is an adjustable rate mortgage right for me? Is a 30-year fixed the right one? Is a 15-year mortgage the right one for me? And oftentimes they'll be saying, I recommend that you apply for a 15-year mortgage, and they might give us some reasons why we would do that. So again, they're giving very specific financial advice, many times that involves a very substantial asset or a substantial purchase.
Okay, so now let's shift to Money Avatar itself. So, Doug, what is really at the highest level? What is the purpose of having a Money Avatar?
We are developing Money Avatar. Yeah, I say we are.
No, just say WealthPhase is developing Money Avatar to help you.
Right. WealthPhase is developing Money Avatar to help you make better financial decisions.
So you could say one high-level description of Money Avatar is simply a decision support system.
Money Avatar is a decision support system. What it's going to do is look at your particular situation. It's going to look at what you're attempting to do or purchase or what type of investment decision you're trying to make, and it's going to give you the best decision that you can make that will help you achieve your particular goals or desires.
And what if there's 2 or 3 decisions that are good decisions? How is Money Avatar going to help me make the best decision? And I've heard that you simulate the effect of a decision, and that I can therefore look into the future a little bit, and then that will help me decide.
Many times when people are working with financial advisors, they get involved in what we call goal-based financial planning. And it's simply picking some number out in the future to help fund retirement, a kid's education, or maybe some other investment, a vacation home, and they just try to hit a particular goal number by a specific date. In Money Avatars,
So Money Avatar addresses goals in a different way. There's really 3 categories
Right.
of things you need to achieve. And in essence, this is what Money Avatar does every day. It helps you work toward these 2.
Money Avatar takes a different approach to financial planning and providing advice. What Money Avatar is really attempting to do is to help you.
Right. Hey, what the hell?
Sorry. Silence your cell phones, please.
Money Avatar is going to help you. It's a decision support system
Yeah.
to help you
Yes.
meet your needs. You can even say 1,
Right.
or
Right.
1, meet your needs. 2, achieve your desires, and 3, fulfill your
Right.
dreams. And those are all different things. You can weight them. You can expand on it.
Money Avatar is a decision support system that will help you meet your needs, achieve your desires, and fulfill your dreams.
So, Doug, give me an example. Needs include basic housing, food, car payments, but some people get out of control. Their lifestyle, their need is their lifestyle, and they drive everything off of that lifestyle.
In financial planning, in the case of Money Avatar specifically, what we do is work with people to help them allocate their budgets between needs, desires, and dreams. What happens in some cases, however, is people that aren't using a tool like Money Avatar, what they're doing is they're just letting all the money flood out towards current needs, or what they perceive to be as current needs. Then there's no money left over to fund the goals and desires.
So, Doug, have you ever heard of anybody putting their dreams? Some people put dreams as their first order of business, and now there's no money left at the end for their desires and their needs even. So, tell us about dream. They live in a dreamland.
An important part of financial planning and an area that Money Avatar concentrates on is making sure that we kind of nudge people into taking care.
That's right. Just nudge. That's good. Money Avatar nudges people to do the right things, to make the smart decisions.
How you doing with the Doug?
And Gretchen
Kind of
says
okay.
Doug has 15 more minutes.
Okay. Okay. So just go into that nudging. That we're going to help you weight your desires, dreams, and needs.
Yes. So what Money Avatar does is it helps you prioritize those needs, desires, and dreams, and nudges you into making decisions that will help fund them in the proper orders. And over time, you can readjust the priority of those. But what we find in some cases is that there's not enough money to go around. So some of those dreams are just unfunded at this time, and we'll have to pick those up at a later point in time. But that's what Money Avatar is there for.
So, Doug, you could describe Money Avatar in other terms like guardian angel, mentor, coach, teacher. All those would apply, right? This sounds like you're describing this is all about money, but it's like these things for money in my money life.
As I've said, Money Avatar will nudge people in making the right decisions. So in that capacity, it's kind of like a teacher or a coach or a mentor that's trying to, push you into making the right choice. Just as a personal trainer might help you make the right choice in nutrition or exercise, Money Avatar will be doing that for you as well. I like to think of it as your 24/7 guardian angel that's always watching out for you and always watching out for the money decisions that you're making.
Okay, so if it's watching out for me, what would that be called? It's objective. It's always working 24/7 for nothing but your best interest.
Money Avatar fits the description of being a fiduciary. And we maybe have read or heard about fiduciary rules with regard to retirement plans. That means a fiduciary is always looking out for your best interest at all times. And Money Avatar is objective and has nothing but your interest in mind as it nudges you towards those important financial decisions.
Okay, so so tell me about the type of content that is provided. If you're getting the right information at the right time, expand on this. The meaningful content, it's relevant, it's the right information at the right time. Content. You're going to get the right content. The decision support comes from content.
In today's world, there's no shortage of financial content. Whether it's books, websites, seminars, courses, financial services firms themselves, the media, there's just a deluge of financial information. And because there's so much of it, it really makes it hard for people to find the right information when they're making a financial decision. So what Money Avatar does is it's going out there and searching through all that information and looking for that which is meaningful, that which is relevant to your particular situation, to the particular decision you're making right now. So it's going to provide you with the right information at the right time to make that decision. Because with today's internet and all that explosion of financial data out there, it's literally like information is kind of coming over the waterfall. And what Money Avatar does is stick that glass in that waterfall and pulls out just the right drink for you at that particular time.
So, give Dad a cough drop. No coughing in the background. Here. There. Oh, right here. Okay, so just a minute. So Doug, what is your role is to curate content? What does curate content mean?
Well, curating content means that, number one, we have experts that are going out and reviewing all that content that's out there in the marketplace, all that is on the internet and in the books, the magazines. And we're kind of filtering it out. We're selecting those sources that provide the best information. And then we're categorizing it and organizing it in a way that Money Avatar can present it to you at exactly that right time. So if you're faced with a decision as to whether you should buy or lease a car, it's going to deliver very specific information about buying or leasing a car and deliver it to you right now.
So, Doug, in a way, can I have a conversation with Money Avatar? I talk to it? It talks back? I can have a family meeting? It's conversational? So, tell me what this whole idea of this money conversation.
Well, Money Avatar is a conversational financial solution. What we have in the way of...
Sorry. Is it
Sorry.
it's a money
I throw you up with the
conversation?
hand.
It's a money
Keep your hands
conversation.
keep your hands up here.
You can always have a money conversation with it,
Right.
and it talks. It's a voice interface.
Money Avatar is a voice interface application. That means you can talk to it, and it can talk to you. And it also is proactive, meaning it will initiate that conversation at times. It might be the fact that I'm ready to make a spending decision or about ready to spend some money that's maybe beyond my budget that month. It's going to provide me with a conversation at that point, warning me not to do that.
Could Money Avatar call a family meeting with my spouse? Because I feel like I'm a ship passing in the night with my spouse. Will it help us get aligned? Will it call a meeting? Will it help us compare notes?
One of the big areas of stress and strain in any couple's relationship is the financial issues. And part of those problems is that there's no conversation taking place. There's no agreement coming together on important financial decisions. Money Avatar can help organize and schedule conversations about money to kind of grease the skids, so to speak, for conversations to take place between spouses, between children, between parents, so that everybody's on the same page.
Will Money Avatar ever tell me, no, don't spend that? And the answer to that is, Money Avatar will recommend you don't do this for this reason. But if I override it, absolutely, I can do it. And it simply then just adjusts where I am. My probability of hitting my desires changes. So it never says, laughs at me when I'm going to buy my Tesla Dream. If I go ahead and do it, it's not judgmental. And that's the cool thing about it. You can tell it everything. You never have to be embarrassed.
That would be good though if I laughed at you.
Well, we could
What
go,
are you doing?
"Oh, what are you thinking about Tesla? Are you nuts?
What the hell have you been smoking?
You can't even make your mortgage payment in 2 weeks, let alone get a Tesla. But boy, the car dealership will sure as shit sell it to you.
As a mentor, as a guide, and as a coach, Money Avatar is going to make strong recommendations about what you should or shouldn't do. But you're the boss, and you'll make the final decision. And just as if I went to my personal trainer and said, "Hey, I blew it last week. You know, I ate too much ice cream. I didn't work out. I gained 3 pounds." And my trainer says, "Let's move forward from here." Money Avatar is going to do the same thing financially. If I decide to make a bad choice or I go against the recommendation of Money Avatar, it's just going to pick up from where we are and move forward from there.
I like that workout analogy.
Okay, so let's see. Getting most of it. Okay, so Doug,
We need some strong, just one sentence bites that we can cut in, like,
10 of them.
we're developing the most,
well, say that
Boom,
85%. Say it's the only
the greatest, the
It's
most
the only way for
fantastic.
85% of the people on really planet Earth, or just say it's for 85% of people to actually get ahead and not fail financially. It's the
And-
only way because it's with you 24/7. It's always there.
And also throw out some of those facts about what percent of people can't come up with $400 or $1,000.
So you kind of work that into.
And we have about 10 more minutes with Doug.
What,
So it's that 85% of the people aren't going to make it. And it's as high as 90%. And it's the only way. And we have figured out the only way. Money Avatar is your personal avatar that's with you 24/7 to help you. It's the only way. It's too complex. There's too much stuff. Too many decisions. Too many forces working against you.
But definitely some greatest things since sliced bread. Oh, boom, 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 boom.
I didn't actually know that this read it. It does. It was
Oh, okay. But you did say we had Doug for about 8 more minutes.
So it's this. This is the grand. This is the solution to one of the biggest problems in the world.
Yeah.
Worry over money.
Doug,
Money Avatar is the solution.
is
It's-
Doug's card, is your card here?
There's a green card.
The green car, yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't see it.
You can see it. Oh, it's there.
It's in the
Okay, I'm gonna go back because I told the girls I'd come back and it took me forever to get here.
Okay.
Use
Okay.
the word.
Be quiet.
Money Avatar is remarkable. It's the only way that 90% of the people are going to be successful financially because it works for you 24/7. It's remarkable. It's the only way.
It's been documented that significant percentages of Americans could not come up with $400 in the case of emergency. It's these very same people that really don't qualify, don't have the minimum amounts of money to engage a financial advisor. As such, Money Avatar is the only way 85% of Americans are going to be able to achieve some sort of financial progress in their lives. It's going to be the coach. It's going to be the mentor. It's going to be that guardian angel that provides them with a path to financial security that they're not going to find on the internet or with financial advisors.
So,
Right.
so give me like just say objective, trusted, always there. Objective, trusted, always there.
With your hands up below that. I know that's a pain in the butt.
Objective, trusted,
Because you're right here.
objective, trusted, always working for you.
Money Avatar is objective, trusted, and always there working for you.
Good. That's it. That's it. Got a lot of stuff there.
How about, before you go, like the elevator pitch, what is Money Avatar?
He said it. He was saying it all in there.
Yeah, but we
it's
want.
to help you achieve.
What is Money Avatar?
Money Avatar is a personal financial application that will simplify your life. It'll help you organize your finances. It will provide accountability in all your decisions, and it'll provide a plan for you to achieve financial success.
Perfect. So, you want that spelled, Ashton? Simplify, organize, accountability plan. Clean up your financial life. Get a bar of soap.
All right.
Good job.
Very good.
Yeah.
We're developing an app called Money Avatar.
Yes.
Do you use a smartphone?
Yes, I do. Google
Okay.
phone.
Do you have any apps on there that you use on a regular basis?
Yes, like Facebook. What is it? Snapchat, Twitter.
Probably the calculator, the weather.
Calculate weather. Yeah, the calculate the
You're
weather.
a movie buff.
Movie
Fandango.
Fandango's on there now. Yes. As a matter of fact, when I leave here, I have to go take some kids to see a movie. So, yeah. And then I found out one way over. It starts at 3:00. Fandango. Thank you.
So what do you think about the smartphone and our access to the world right at our fingertips?
A lot of people look down on it because they said, "Oh my God, it's destroying society. People don't communicate." That's a choice. I think it actually helps if you, like anything in life. I think that apps can be beneficial to you. depends on the individual and how you are put together, I guess.
This particular app we're making takes your whole financial world.
Mm-hmm.
Finances are people's biggest issues and worries in their
Yes.
life oftentimes. And it's at your fingertips. Your bank, it's like having your banker, your CPA, your financial advisor, your budgeting guy,
Yes.
smart Uncle Ted,
Yes.
all in your pocket. If you had an app like that was easy to use, would you use it?
Yes. I would use it because that's not my forte, finances. And if I had anything to help benefit me to have better understanding, that will allow me to be more aware on how I could benefit more. For example, I'm very interested in making investments in businesses that don't support war, or like the waterways that's happening in our country. I can't remember what it's called. Dakotas. I don't want to invest any of my money there. So if I had an app that could help tell me, well, this is where you can invest, and these are the companies that you don't want to invest because of my interests, that would be ideal for me. I would use that immediately.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's very, very good.
Yes.
All right.
So that I'm more conscious on how I'm spending my money.
Do you find your relationship with money a positive one? Talk about a little bit your relationship with money.
Well, recently, since I got access, that's kind of funny you asked. It's kind of perfect timing. Dr. Dane here has that book, Being You, Changing the World. Real quick story. I picked up the book. I've always had this, I would say, this middle class having to work hard for money. Money is something that might not be necessarily good. I see a lot of people happen to be certain interests that use money in a bad way. And I've always had access to stuff. I've never been poor, but money is something that I never really took to heart. And so I got this book, and I started carrying $100 in my wallet. My wife, about 3 months later, when I changed my relationship with money, when I became money myself, I started attracting money all the time. So one day my wife opens up my wallet and there's $350 in it. Well, she's been with me for over 10 years. And she's like, damn, what is this? You never had money in your wallet before. I said, well, I read this book. I started doing this. So now I'm really an allowance of money flowing to me. So when you mention this app, I already feel my finances changing. So I'm going to need something to help me manage my money, because I'm making more money now, because I'm in total allowance of it. So if you had an app for people that are like just getting started about, well, what do you want to do? Investments, because I realized that you don't want to keep money in a savings account because banks rob you. So
Part of this app is exactly that. Overdraft fees.
yes.
Billions of dollars are made every year
Yes.
by banks for overdraft
Yes.
fees. That alone, I think, would make this thing worth it.
Yes, for sure.
All right.
I'll be interested to find out about it later. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Appreciate it greatly.
My pleasure. These goggles.
Your goggles.
Nice
Very-
meeting you, bro.
My Avatar app.
Yes.
It's your virtual wise Uncle Ted, your banker, your CPA, your tax person, everything in one app, including education. You can ask it questions in real language and it will answer you back. Do you see yourself using something like that, or do you think that would get in the way?
I have my phone right here, and I'm not wearing shoes. So that tells you where my priorities are. Like, I depend on the apps that are on my phone to be reliable and be helpful with the things that are not just important, but also required in our society. We live in a digital world, in so many ways we're dependent on technology. So an app that helps with those specific categories would be very helpful.
You were talking a little bit earlier about how your conversation with your husband and the organization. Talk about that a little bit.
Yes. So in our household, we have a unique banking setup compared to most American families. So just to preface this, we've been married for 17 years. And in that period of time, we have never commingled our finances, except with our adopted children, which then required the family money management to pool into one place. So it's a yours, mine, and ours situation with our banking. I think most American families don't have all that stuff, and they just have ours. Once they marry, they take someone else's last name and accept one of the two of them is going to have the bank account that all the money goes into, and together they will manage that. Well, in our family, we don't manage it together. And so in my marriage, just fairly recently, we have had some difficulties around the money management because with the yours, mine, and ours type of setup that we have, one of us was put in charge of the ours at that time, and the other person only paid attention to the account that they have. So once the money that came from that account, we'll just say A and B if that makes it easier. So once money came from account A and went into the family account that was then managed by only one of us, then there was no need to communicate back and forth again because account A filled all of that person's needs and desires. So they didn't have to bother with the family account to go to Starbucks and get a coffee. It didn't come up in conversation. Well, we have currently, 13, I think. 13 bank accounts. I know. It's because the government has so many crazy requirements when you have children that receive benefit money. So, managing 13 accounts and person with account A not paying any attention to more than half of what is going on with all of the other filtering systems that go in there. Because now we have a bank account A and bank account B, and then with 3 adoptive children with financial benefits coming in that need to be managed and reported to the government annually. We had also account C, D, and E, all of which filtered into account F.
Wow.
And then with that, each account would have a savings account attached to it that then had an automated rotating system for pulling money around. So it's extremely complicated. And with only one of the two of us as partners truly managing the system, after a number of years of attempts to keep things straight and know when we're meeting requirements and things, it just got messy. It got really, really messy. So the shorter answer to what your question was about, or not question, but request to speak about our accounting system and what was going on with my husband, is that my husband and I got into an exhilarating argument about the system that was being used for all of that money management, because the person that used account A chose to not pay any attention. If there was an app where all those systems and requirements had little reminders and had suggestions for how it could be easier and had clarity for a shared account, where someone else could view what's going on, well, it certainly would have made the last 5 years easier.
Perfect. 13 accounts. Oh my God.
Yes.
I know that
So
is with adopted kids and the benefits and everything.
right. So
Sister symbol.
let me try and make it shorter in for your editing purposes. So in our family, we have 13 bank accounts. We have his, we have hers, and then she has a business, so she has another. And then there are 3 adoptive children, which each have federal government money that comes to care for them, that one of the 2 adults is actually a representative payee for, which also requires government reporting annually. Then also, of course, there's the family taxes that require reporting annually as well, and she has a business. So to manage our 13 bank accounts, because each of those account holders has both a checking and a savings, there's constant money management in play. And all of that not only needs to be recorded and managed monthly, but in some kind of organizational system for reporting to be made easy at the end of the year. And since only one adult is the representative payee, somehow all of that job fell to that one person, including paying the utility bill or, having enough money in a checking account for groceries. So with our system, with our experience, there was not enough communication about what was going on. There was not enough assistance from both people to make it really work. And if there was an app that could be used to make that whole mess work just at the touch of a button, or with small reminders or helpful hints of how to make things easier, or with transparency to include partners that you approve to include, it would have made everything so much easier.
Perfect. All right. Thank you. Call that the end.
I said
You're
that
such a good interview.
I said this story a second time in place.
The company is called Wealth Phase, and the app is called Money Avatar. It'd be on your phone. Really get to know you. It learns about you. You tell it what you want it to know. It'll hook up your bank accounts and investments, help you save and budget, just track your finances, avoid overdraft fees, any of all that help you with your taxes, rather than have to go to a CPA or somebody or run your own taxes. You hit a button, do my taxes, and it's done automatically. Do you see an app like that? Would you use it?
I probably would not really use it. I feel like that's just, one more thing that is hard to juggle in life. And I keep my finances, income, and expenses pretty minimal, which maybe as I'm receiving more will be, I might need something more like that down the road.
Do you use anything now to help you out? Budgeting app or what software for your business?
No, I use like spreadsheets for tracking my expenses and stuff. I don't have a whole ton of overhead, so it's pretty simple.
That is the good part about massage therapists,
right?
Right? You have your coconut oil and a bag. That's it.
There's a few things, but it's pretty simple to keep track of what I have to manage. So
okay. Are you looking at all? What's your relationship with money? Put it that way. Your general relationship with money. A lot of married couples fight about money.
My general relationship with money is that I haven't had a great deal of experience in my life of having very much of it. And so it's one of those yucky things that I'm looking forward to changing. And
does it cause strife, tension in your life, or are you kind of passive about it? Are you focused on money or lack thereof?
No, I think I'm pretty passive about it. I used to focus a lot on the lack of money, and now it's like I feel like I'm better at seeing my income and being able to stay within that means. And although I would like to be able to spend more money and do more things that money can allow me to do, so it'd be nice to be earning more money so that I can do the things that money would allow me to do that I'm not doing now, which is kind of a bummer, but I'm working that way. So
okay, one last question. Does the thought of, you're pretty young, retirement, picture yourself at 65, 70 years old, does that scare you at all financially?
Terribly. Being self-employed, I don't have any sort of, I have a very, very small but growing account that potentially could be used towards retirement, but retirement is a very big concern of mine, so I'm not putting very much energy and attention towards that as being an issue. It's just one of those things that lurks.
I like that comment right there. Perfect. All right. You're done. Yay.
Yay!
You did good. So, you work with people all the time
Yes.
in a counselor capacity. What is, just from your point of view, people's relationship with money and maybe why it is such an issue in people's life?
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you a question, which of course you'll take off. So, you don't want me coming from what I really believe.
Yeah,
What I really believe?
sure.
Okay.
People's relationship with money is an interesting,
Point of view.
yeah.
An interesting point of view. And the question is it a true point of view? So, here, especially in this country, we have come to believe that money is our source. Without money, we can't be anything, we can't do anything, we can't get anything. And when you're living in a reality where they only want you to be a consumer, and life is created by how much you have and what level of that you have, which would then make you happy, it's like, wow, well, money then has a lot of significance and necessity, right? Yeah, so when you don't have it, then you have to feel less than, and you have to feel wrong, and you have to feel pathetic. What I would say is, what if that wasn't true? What if money wasn't your source? What if you were the source? And in you being the source, what other possibilities could you come up with? What creative possibilities could you come up with? And when you come from that place, being the therapist and working with people, it usually works. Because if you believe you don't have money or you don't have enough, then you get into fear about money. And then you actually believe that you can't create it. And in the reality that we live in now, people pretty much know that what you believe sort of somehow comes into creation. You pull it in. And again, the question would be, would you like to try something different? So if money wasn't the source, if you were the source, what could you be and do different that would actually invite money in or invite you to allow money in?
A lot of times people ignore their finances hoping that it will go away. Oftentimes where they have lots of money or no money at all. What do you recommend to people as far as paying attention?
Well, when I work with people about money, one of the things I tell them to do is be very aware of where your money goes. So if you have a teenage child, you're pretty aware. You know, what kind of party are you going to? Who's there? How late will you be there? Okay. Well, I was once working with a woman, and I was doing a class, and she wanted to do the class with me, but she told me she didn't have enough money. Well, she took a little money class that I was doing, and what I have people do is be aware of where your money goes. So I had a little outline, and she was working with it every day, and she found out she spent $300 a month on Starbucks. And that's how much the class that she wanted to do with me was. So she said, okay, I'm giving up Starbucks for a month. And she took the class. And in the class, her life changed. So the point is, where are you not being aware of where your money is going, that if you would be aware of it, you could make a change. So if Starbucks isn't that important, what if you said, okay, one Starbucks every 2 weeks? And then now you have this extra money. What would you do with that extra money? And that could change your whole life.
That right there was perfect for something that we're doing. Relationships are oftentimes ruined around money. What would you recommend to a couple who would maybe come to see you, and that's they present you with, we fight about money constantly. Where is that fight coming from? How could that be improved?
Well, again, we're always putting the source or the power of us outside of us. So I once had a client who was a woman who made a nice amount of money. They had a lovely lifestyle, and the husband became accustomed to their lifestyle, but didn't like to work that much. And so through the year or two that they were together, she started to get into anger because most of the time she said he would be sitting on the couch watching some football or baseball or something. And that was literally tearing apart the relationship. Other than that, they really had a great relationship. So the first thing that I said to her was basically, if you believe that because now she's making him, as a therapist, she's making him the source of her happiness, or at least if it's not happiness, but the reason that she could resist him. Well, you're not doing what you should do to have the money so we could do such and such, okay? When you do that, you're giving up your power to this person or to the money. So what she ended up doing was literally looking at her as the source and looking at her as, okay, what if I could create whatever I desire, rather than thinking that if he is not contributing in the way that I would like him to contribute, I could still be okay. And it's a point of view, but the way that when we hold a point of view, somehow reality sort of follows that point of view. And she started to do it. And what occurred is that she actually started to bring in more clients. As she brought in more clients, she started to do some little things for herself that she wasn't doing before. He started to see that she was doing some things kind of without him, and all of a sudden he got up off the sofa. So it's always a question of what could you be or do different to change the situation. Because if you do nothing and you just stay in anger at the person, or you pull away from them, they have to pull away from you. And what happens in most relationships are you start out like this, and then little by little, you start becoming like two lost ships in the night. And the thing is that the one who does it first, the other one feel the energy of it. Okay, it doesn't even have to be words, but we all feel energy whether you know it or not. So when one pulls away, the other one gets it at some level, not cognitively, and they pull away. And then the other one. And this is what happens in all relationships. You end up as two ships lost in the night somewhere. So you want to communicate, but sometimes communicating actually creates the other person to resist you, because who wants to hear, well, you're not saving money, or you're spending too much money, or you're not contributing? That's going to push your partner away. So sometimes it's better to be an allowance of the partner, take the responsibility and say, okay, if I'm the source of my money, what can I be and do different to have more money coming to me? And you'll be amazed at how that could start changing things.
Very good. I think we're done. You gave me what I needed right there.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. Thank you.
So what is the app? Like what